Hi, one of the Good Nights podcast. We're at the Fairview. We're gonna ask them some questions today. I'm gonna start. So, what inspired you guys to start the band, and what does the band name mean?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, you go for
when
that
did we
one.
start the band? The band? Sorry, what
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah, when did we start the band and what does the name mean?
Oh, we started the band. Jake wasn't in it for the start. He came later, but it was like 2014, just like me and some high school friends. And the name is the street we used to practice on. It's
Okay.
like pretty stupid. That's it.
It's,
Our old
it's
drummer's house
Fairview
was
Ave.
on Fairview Ave, and that's
It's a quick oh yeah, it's the street name, so it's kind of deep and
it sounded emo.
It sounded emo, and it's very
It
deep.
Does. Yeah.
I was 16.
I thought it was a Chase Coy before I was in the band. I thought it was a Chase Coy reference.
Oh.
Fuck that is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't need it.
Damn. All right, whatever. Everybody look up Chase Coy later, I guess. Got a song called Fairview.
Is it?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Are we recording video?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it okay to drink wine?
yeah, you're good to
Yeah.
drink.
Whoa, that's
I just-
fucked up, dude. You can't drink wine on here.
I don't know if it's just like that kind of, but I'm chilling at home.
No, it's
Yeah,
just we're
it's
late
all
back
good.
podcast. We both can't drink, but we don't give a shit if people drink.
Yeah. We
Just
don't care.
wanted to make sure. Don't
You're
step
good.
on toes.
Yeah, that's all good.
Thank
All
you.
good. All right. So, congrats on your newest release, Fresh Faced and Effervescent. How do you feel the response to that album so far?
It's been really cool. I think we were both nervous as hell, just because we recorded it in 2018. And for so long, it got delayed and pushed back, and it started to feel like, God, we're gonna put this out and no one's gonna give a shit at all. It's
Aw.
been too long.
Yeah.
So I think we've just been like amazed by it. Like, it's just been really cool to like actually have people like respond so enthusiastically to like the songs and like the little details that we got excited about, people get excited about, and that's like on any scale, that's like a very cool thing.
Yeah. It's really cool.
So,
I'm
like,
happy to hear that.
why did it take 2 years to put out then?
Yeah.
Ha.
Well, it started with a studio fire.
Oh.
We recorded in a place called Toast and Jam, that's down in Buford, Georgia. And they had like a freak electrical fire like about a month after we tracked. And like that slowed things down, obviously, because, like there was a fire.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was also like a matter of like, we had somebody mixing the album, and then like we ended up changing who was mixing because we weren't happy with what they were doing.
Mhm.
And that was, that's just more time. So it was just like,
And money.
it was
So like when someone like
yeah, that too.
doesn't mix your record in the way that you thought they were going to, you still have to pay the next person to mix your record.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, that's fine. You don't like my mix. I'll just give all this money you gave me to your new producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So we didn't like jump to the next one like within a day. It took
Like,
time
fuck,
to
okay,
like
let's
raise
fund
money for
this.
that too. Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, it's
It
out
happens.
now, so
It sucks.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's out now.
yeah.
It's out
So,
now.
is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Ooh, so the album name, absolutely. Fresh Faced and Effervescent is like, I thought the whole idea of it was kind of like this like hardened optimism, like this like I've been through some shit, like I've really been to like the lower depths of my experience, and like I've been through a lot, but so now I've got this feeling of like, wow, I'm like kind of like happy to to be alive, to be like, to keep going, like, but like this kind of like weary happiness that you have when you've kind of been through a thing that really like changed you. And so Fresh Face and Effervescence, just like, it's like almost sarcastic, but like also very genuine too. It's like, it rides the line. But that was the idea.
All right.
The cover art was done by our friend, an artist by the name of Jess Gonzalez. Jess started out as just like liking our band. Jess is from Connecticut, so we didn't really know Jess until, I don't know, me and Jess got really tight. Like, in particular, me and Jess, like she would like hit us up via DMs, and hit me up via DMs. And when I realized, I was like, okay, you're not weird. You're kind of nice.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know with just like strangers that have heard your bands. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, people are weird. But but Jess was cool. And one day Jess posted some prints she did. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. Like, that's this album cover. Like, that's what it has to be. So, yeah, eventually we finally got around to commissioning Jess, and I love, like, she did every single cover art and everything, and it all kind of is super cohesive.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Our whole thing is like, typically when we have like somebody do art, we just kind of say like, this is the general basis of what we expect, but like you listen to it and you make what you think it should be. And that just always works out really well for us, because then we get stuff that we never would have done ourselves. And I don't know, it's just better. I think sometimes artists prefer it also to not be like, in some ways, boxes while they're trying to make stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. So, can you tell me about your writing process for this album?
It's kind of erratic. Usually everything starts with like, it started back in like 2017. So it usually started with like just an acoustic guitar like song. That's usually how I started out, just because it's the easiest way of doing it, I think. And basically, like, I demo out like a shitty little demo on my computer. I send it over to Nolan and Isaac. And yeah, they would just kind of like learn it like privately. And like then when we were coming together to play some of them live, like we would like change things up a lot. But like lyrics didn't finish up until like we were in the studio. I write really slow and in like a number of drafts. So like we were literally in the studio, and I remember Nolan had an old draft of a song like while he was in the vocal booth, and I was like, oh, that's not what the lyric is anymore.
Wait, hold on. I was answering a text. What?
I'm not repeating that for you. You can listen when it comes
I'll get
up.
my ass in the car and drive to Providence. Like, you know.
I wish you would. No, I was just saying that. No, I'm not repeating myself. No.
She's still at him. That's fair.
I'm used to it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, writing's the place if you're in the Fairview. So I'm kind of like Jake does a lot more writing for this band than I do, but when I do write for it, it'll hit me like at work or something. That's the thing, is I don't really sit down with the intent to write a song. I'll be doing something totally removed from any sort of recording gear or any place where I can like document whatever epiphany I'm having musically in that moment. And if I'm lucky enough to like have my phone handy and a guitar handy, I'll just like record an acoustic video and then add components, send it off to Jake. You know, there's a lot of like back and forth, add, subtract. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what song?
It'll smack me when I like can't do anything about it. That's the most frustrating part.
Sounds like a curse. So what song on this album took the longest to write, and then what is your personal favorite?
Ooh, took the longest to write. So actually, I feel like I can say that the one that took the longest to write is technically only Grays, because that was a demo that we intended to be on It Could Be Worse Than It Is, but it wasn't ready at all. And so that song took, I guess, like when you like really draw it out, like it took about 4 years to write, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Not like 4 continuous years.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I'm no maestro, but like just like for a good 4 years, it was like in some process of being made. So I'd say that one probably.
Oh.
But my favorite on the album is In Rib Cages, because it's just like really like, it's really emotional. It's like the kind of song that like in high school I would have like listened to and been like, oh, you know, like that's that shit.
Yeah.
Gotten really angsty
so,
too.
Yeah, so it was like cool to have like our own version of that.
Yeah.
But Nolan,
I like Plan B a lot because Jake came to me with the demo for Plan B, and there was this giant break, giant break in the music that was just chord progression. And I was like, okay, what the fuck's this all about? And he's like, I want you to rip fucking solo here, the sickest solo you can do. And I was like, yeah. I got so amped for that part. And then when we finally got to the studio, poor Ian, our producer, Ian Riley, I made him take that solo for me, like probably for 3 hours straight. Jake was asleep. Like everyone was done. Everyone was done.
Gave up.
And I was like, run it again. like a psychopath. And but at the end, I really liked the final solo that we went with. So that's kind of like, I made my mom listen to it the second we got home. I was like, Mom, you gotta hear something.
Mom, look at what I just slaved away at.
Groundbreaking, I'm telling you. Pentatonic scales, totally immature. No one uses it.
No one's ever done this before.
New territory.
Mind blowing.
That's solid. So I know this album is like 2 years old, but if you can remember, can you tell me where your headspace was while creating it?
Like in the studio?
Just overall, like writing it. Yeah.
The era.
It's kind of marked by like a breakup for me. I had like a person I had dated for like from like graduating high school and then into like those like first few years of adulthood. And we had a pretty bad breakup, and that's kind of where I feel like everything found its center. Like I had started writing the songs, like some of the songs, and like they were what they were, but like they didn't have context yet, I feel like. But yeah, it's kind of a sad, like depressive state of being where I was just really feeling really lost and like, oh, I don't really know who I am without this person, which was like almost embarrassing to feel a little bit too. So it was like a big, like, humbling time, and a time where I like really learned a lot about myself. But a lot of what the album is about is that darker area of that time where I was just like lost entirely and like in the depths of my depression, not medicated yet, because that's a whole thing. But yeah. The studio part of it was great, though. We had a great time.
The writing process was hell, but at least the studio part was cool.
Yeah, good times.
Speak for yourself. I fucking hate recording.
So it wasn't good for you.
It was fun. You know, we flew out so we're a Massachusetts-based band, Rhode Island, Providence. And we flew out to Atlanta, obviously, or like the greater Atlanta area to make it. So that was cool. You know, just getting on a plane with the band and like, all right, let's go make a record. That was fun. We like stayed, obviously. We didn't, like, we had a couple of very extended stays in Atlanta, and that was like really cool. And there was a lot of like, you know, meeting people and just like, you know, hanging out with that whole community down there who just feels like a second home to us now. That's the coolest part. But like the anxiety of recording for me is like,
it's true.
I hate it.
No one
Vocals.
freaks out. Yeah, no one freaks out in the studio more than Nolan. Like no one will like stop everything over a slightly detuned string. They'll be like, I just don't know, man. I just don't know if this is if this is tuned or not. And I'm like, I think it's fine, dude. It's been an hour.
Dude, you've been at this string for an hour, dude.
I'm a perfectionist, you know. Like we're like, I'm still broke, but we were like, you know, we had just scraped by to like okay, we're making this record. Like you know, like you get one shot. Like, I wanted to make it the best possible, but like, luckily I had Jake and Ian and Dom and Carol and everyone there.
Everybody in the room to
just
be like, no.
Keep drinking alcohol.
Oh my god.
Just relax, man. Just get
relax.
I mean, yeah.
If that's what works.
Especially in a vocal booth.
So this question should be like super, super quick off the top of your head. I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. Nolan, you look so scared.
I don't know.
That's your 3 words.
You said it was like off the top of my head, and I was like, I can't do that off the top of my head.
I don't know.
Pop punk is that's more.
Well,
pop
that's
punk
3.
Pop punk is.
Pop punk is.
You can't count hyphen as a
pop punk.
Perfect.
He just did.
I've seen it both ways. So
all right,
take one of these.
All right, wow, that's fun. I would say it's. Oh man, that's tough. The 3-word thing. It's
Mhm.
just. I'd say
It's
it's
cute.
like I don't know. It's its own thing. Its own thing.
Its own thing.
Yeah, its own thing.
Its own thing. All
No,
right.
I mean, because like I don't know. I feel so weird about describing anything I make. So
Mhm.
like it's its own thing. I don't know.
It's its
I
own
was
thing.
talking with coworkers the other day who have heard the album, and some of them said it sounded on some tracks. It sounded a little West Coasty.
Ooh.
So
West Coasty.
what about
West
West
Coasty.
Coast sad?
Ooh.
West Coast
West
sad.
Coast.
All right.
Wow.
Even
We'll
though
trick
it's East Coast
everyone
pop
into
punk.
thinking we're from California, which will earn us like
So much cred.
that much more clout
Mm-hmm.
in the general sense.
You'll be living in LA in no time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Mhm.
let's go.
Let's go.
Yep.
I can't wait to fight to the death over whatever it is they compete for out there. I heard it's so competitive. I have a coworker that lived there, and she was like, everyone's like at each other's throats, thinking
Oh,
they're gonna
God.
make it.
Yeah, good thing everyone's really nice here in New England.
Yeah, just
That
overall
was
demeanor,
sarcasm.
attitude.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounded like sarcasm.
No, yeah, y'all didn't react. I was like, oh no, I'm not being serious.
Oh God.
The nicest people are is when they like buy Duncan for the car behind them or something, like because they think that's their good karma for the week.
Oh.
More for like the
It's
month.
the funniest
Wow.
thing. I worked at Duncan, and the nicest thing I ever saw people do at Duncan, like, and it was never directed at me. Like, I was never the object of
Oh.
their kindness. It would be like if there was a cop behind them or something,
Mhm.
they'd like buy their car, or some people would just do it randomly. That's Massachusetts. Like, okay, I did my good deed for the week.
I'm done. That's it.
Buy their Duncan.
I mean, here
Oh
in
my
New
God.
Jersey, the good deed is just blowing your horn and giving someone the middle finger while you're driving on
Yeah.
the highway or
Oh.
something.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah,
It might even be a little worse down there for y'all.
yeah.
Okay. So
Whereas, like, I live in the middle of nowhere,
Off
so
topic.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't leave the house, so I don't know what it's like out there.
I don't want to leave the house.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't want
Yeah. Anyways, so you guys like recently dropped this album. That's crazy. Congrats. But what's next?
No, that's
Are you
like
working
crazy
on
dog,
anything?
but future.
I mean,
But
we're
where's the other album?
we're writing a lot actually.
Oh.
We, I wouldn't like say, oh yeah, we've got something like done. Like we don't,
Mhm.
like, but we're writing, and we're really excited about what we're writing, and I think it's going to make this album look very. I just think it's going to be a lot more developed. I feel like maybe a little more thoughtful and complex.
Mm.
I don't know. I wrote a lot of those songs when I was like 20 years old, and I don't know. A few years makes a lot of difference.
Mhm.
So now I'm like hearing all of like the mistakes that I made that I now like have turned into lessons. So it's just, I think the new songs I think are going to be really, really good. That's
Well,
all.
it's just that like natural progression and growth
Yeah.
and whatnot. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
For sure.
and things never stop happening to write about. I feel like now I'm 23, and like, when you're like, when I was like 19, 20, I was like, oh, life will get like really simple, and I'll have less stuff to like want to write songs about or something like that. And I found the complete opposite, obviously. I mean, that's just a very naive thought. So it's just like there's always just new subject matter for me, at least personally, that I'm like, okay, well, there's that now. There we go.
get ready to
There's
track about that.
something I can,
Mhm.
something I need to express or something. So
Yeah. I get that. So where do you guys see the band in the next 5 years?
I don't know. I mean, it's I definitely like wonder in terms of like just the future of like touring music, where that's going to be, because that really
for
felt like,
humanity in general.
yeah, that also. No, I mean, because like I will say that like I think like we really started to feel confident in like that idea of like going out and like like going to places we've never been and like playing for almost no one or like maybe some people, but like building that way, that we got really comfortable doing that. So I guess for us, it's just going to be like learning to adapt to whatever the moment is as a band. If we have to become a little more like social media present, then like we might have to do that. I think we're just like trying to feel it out and not put too much pressure on ourselves, because it's like a real tough time for everybody. And it's like, I want to be creative, but I don't want to like, make it imperative, like above my own, just like mental well-being and all that. Like, so
yeah, I feel like some bands and artists and stuff, like I can tell that they're kind of at a loss right now, as we all are, and as we should be, for like what exactly to do in regards to music. But like, I don't know, I just think more people need to be reminded or somehow comforted by like, like everything's fucked. So like relax, like with music right now. I understand how much it means to you and everyone and stuff like that, but don't like, people are struggling financially, mentally, in ways that have nothing to do with, underground music, rock music, anything like any kind of music. So just like take it easy, take your time, because like
there's no rush.
I want to take my time.
Yeah. It's like,
I think we do.
Yeah. That being said, I mean, like, I think in 5 years we'll be doing probably the same shit. Like, if we never progress, we'll be here doing shows every so often and like whatever. I think like what really has like become a sure thing in my brain is that like working with Nolan and working with Isaac and working now with Brenna, like it's just, I love doing it enough. So like, I'm cool if we're just like here forever. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But we're working on stuff. There some things will come or they won't. We'll see.
Okay. Solid answer.
What he said.
So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you guys.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, sick. So we're going to go straight to death row then.
Boom.
So, if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Gigantic mega boom.
Boom, boom.
Oh.
Never put
I want like good fucking like Texas barbecue. Like brisket with the cornbread, with like pasta salad, mac and cheese, like all the stuff. And like a Dr. Pepper, and that's it for me.
Solid.
Dude, I don't know. I like have this new love for food these days, and I like cooking a lot in my spare time. So I've just like been making, every like a new recipe every other night or something.
As
like
you
that.
should.
So,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yo, do I know it though? Would you get Raising Cane's?
Pasta. Maybe. That's the thing. I love.
You just broke them.
It's something pasta related, man. Because I just fucking
for sure
love pasta. I love pasta so much.
Pasta's great.
And you drink with your pasta.
Oh, a drink.
Red wine. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Fictional world.
Fictional.
Fuck. I've never thought.
We got the hard questions.
I guess probably Land of Ooh, Adventure Time. That's like number one for me. Yeah.
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
Oh, I haven't heard that in ages. Oh my god.
That shit
that
just
as an
looked
answer.
so nice.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember of it, it looked super nice. So yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was. That's a good one. I like that. All right. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has said it's the most important question. What is your favorite color? Wow.
blue or black or some sort of combination of the two.
So a dark blue.
I feel like if I had
I don't mean like it. No. Let me just clarify. Not an infusion, like use of the two separately.
Okay. Yeah.
Boo. Boo, it's not a
Solid,
real answer. I guess like if I had to choose a favorite like real color and not just like cop out and say like black or gray, probably like burgundy.
Ooh, taste.
Like
Burgundy's great.
Deep burgundy.
Ooh, you're so
It's a good color.
It is.
It's one of the few I
How
wear.
profound.
So, as Gloria said, that is all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Ugly Ghost.
Oh no. What? No, don't plug me.
No. Shut up. Jake has a side project called Ugly Ghost, and it's sick.
Let's
You
pause.
should check it out on Bandcamp, Spotify, anywhere.
Thank you.
Mhm.
The Hammer Collective Presents is a like live stream like show thing that I've been working on with Nick, who does the Hammer, and Johnny from Debt. We're like trying to like put on shows like digitally like every 2 weeks starting in November, where like they go up and they're up. You can like there's a lot of details to it, but like the whole thing of it is that we're like filming shows. They're going to be up for sale on the internet, and November 14th is the first one of those with SPC, Savannah, and Eleanor and the Pretty Things. So if you want to see a good recorded couple of sets, then the Hammer Collective Presents is something you might want to look into.
All right.
Solid. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been the Fairview and We're the Good Noise podcast.